Jones from SSB Performance, Smarter, Stronger, Better Mindset Training, here with this week's Mindset Made Simple Tip of the Week. And this week we're talking about building confidence and momentum, or maintaining confidence and momentum no matter what the outcome of the game, the match, the project is. Winning is everything, said Coach Sanders from UCLA years ago. And that is so ingrained in our athletes and our employees and whoever it is that we lead, that if we don't win, whether win means score more points than the other team or win a starting role or whatever that is, we automatically, if we don't win, we think, oh, we're going to start another team. We'll go make our own team. We'll win. We'll play. Or let's get into the transfer portal. It's got to be better over there. We'll win there. I'll play there. Or we find all kinds of ways not to be committed. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm not that committed. It's fine. I don't need to work any harder. I don't need to figure this out. That is our culture. We expect to win, but everybody can't win. Vince Lombardi said that the winning isn't everything. The will to win is everything. And that's a much better sentiment if we really think about it in the world as a whole. But we know that the will to win is really hard to keep when things aren't going our way. We also know as coaches and leaders that if we don't win, eventually we won't be leading anymore. We know as players, if we don't produce, soon we'll be replaced. So what do we do to keep ourselves moving forward, whether we're winning or losing? How do we get our kids to stay on track when things aren't going our way and we can't see it or feel it? Kobe Bryant has great advice for this. In a podcast with Lewis Howes on the School of Greatness, he talked about approaching winning and losing exactly the same. He said losing is exciting. And we all laugh at that. It was like talking to a guy who rarely lost. But what he said was losing allows us to look at what we need to adjust. But we also need to look at those things when we win. If we look at our wins and say, what went well? How can we continue that? Why did it go well, and how can we continue it? And then look at what can we do better, and then how can we do it better? We're going to continue to move forward. It's the same when we lose. What went well? Just because we won doesn't mean we played well. And just because we lost didn't mean we suck. We know that as coaches. We have ugly wins. We have good-looking losses, if there is such a thing. But looking and evaluating at our wins and losses in the same way can make a big difference in how we maintain or build confidence. If we have no confidence because we're not winning, how does this make a difference? Number one, when we are winning, looking at those little things makes all the difference. Rosabeth Moss Kanter, who wrote Confidence, I think it's called the Why Winning Streaks and Losing Streaks Continue, something like that. It's in the tip if you want to know the exact title, but it's a great book. She talks about the fact that winning is based on consistent measures, working on things to perfect things. She also says that winners can easily move to the losing side if they don't stick to that consistency, if they don't do the things that help them win. How we evaluate our wins can perpetuate wins. Are we looking at the things that move the needle? Are we looking at the things that really help us win and those that don't? Can we focus on those little mundane things that sometimes go away when we feel really good about ourselves? You've seen it. We win, we don't do what we did to win, and then we expect to win again. She says we win, we work, and then we win again. We forget to work in the middle sometimes once we get ourselves on a roll. Like, hey, everything's going great. Who cares about the details? Let's just move on. Winning covers a multitude of sins. We know that. Losing brings all the sins out. So if we're going to take this and look and pick apart, she says that winners have the confidence to pick apart and evaluate their performance and then figure out ways to fix it. They see problems, they keep them in perspective, and they find ways to adjust. If we're losing and we take this same approach that we do when we're winning and we feel the same, okay, we lost, this is what happens, we win, this is what happens. But when we are losing and we do the same thing, what went well? Why? What can we do better? How are we going to do it? And then we have the confidence to pick apart what we've done, and we look at it and we figure things out. We have a much better chance of winning. The other thing that does is it allows us to look at the good stuff. Again, just because we lost doesn't mean we were horrible. There's got to be something good in there. And we can open our minds and do the broaden and build, like Dr. Fredrickson from North Carolina says. When we have more positive emotion, finding good things, it allows us to look for solutions and broaden our thoughts. So we can observe the landscape, as we used to say in Akron, OTL. Look at things that are going well for us. Look at things that are going well for our team. If we can make little additions into our database that says, our team does this well, I do this well, that gives us some control or feelings of control, which helps our confidence. Confidence means with trust. All it is believing